Welcome back to Sepang. I'm Nick Harris, sitting alongside me, Matt Burt, down in pit lane. Dylan Gray for this penultimate round, the Motogp World Championship.
Pedrosa, Marquez, Rossi on the front row. Row 2, Lorenzo, Crutchlow and Andrea Iannone.
Row 3, Andrea Dovizioso, Maverick Vinales and Bradley Smith. Row 4, Aleix Espargaro, Paul Espargaro fit and Danilo Petrucci.
Row 5 headed by Stefan Bradl, Scott Redding and Jack Miller. Row 6, Bautista, Yoni Hernandez and Nicky Hayden making his last Grand Prix appearance in Malaysia.
Row 7, Loris Baz, Tony Elias and Eugene Lafferty. Row 8, Mike DeMeglio, Ant West and Damien Cudlin. And row 9, all on his own, the naughty boy, Hector Barbara.
Hector Barbara, if you are just joining us, penalised for an incident this morning with Paul Espargaro. He was 10th on the grid. He starts now from the back of the grid.
How about this last row, Matt?
Brock Parks, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, it's Valentino Rossi in 26th place. Although we saw Rossi getting instructions from the officials that Cal Crutchlow will be starting next to him.
What about this last row, Matt?
Brock Parks, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, it's Valentino Rossi in 26th place. Although we saw Rossi getting instructions from the officials that Cal Crutchlow will be starting next to him.
2.489 miles. The talking has stopped. The championship will now. About this last row, Matt.
Brock Parks, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, it's Valentino Rossi in 26th place. Although we saw Rossi getting instructions from the officials that Cal Crutchlow will be starting next to him. Parks, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, it's Valentino Rossi in 26th place. Although we saw Rossi getting instructions from the officials that Cal Crutchlow will be starting next to him.
2.489. What about this last row, Matt?
Brock Parks, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, it's Valentino Rossi in 26th place. Although we saw Rossi getting instructions from the officials that Cal Crutchlow will be starting next to him.
2.489 miles. The talking has stopped. The championship will now be decided out on the track.
And it's a dream start by Jorge Lorenzo from pole position. Look at Valentino Rossi streaming up the inside down into the first corner. It's going to be 99 Lorenzo though that leads the way from Danny Pedrosa, who's come through from the second row of the grid. There's Rossi trying to find his way back through the field. He's already up the inside of a few riders. Rossi now at the inside of Loris Baz. Rossi was streaming up the inside down into the first corner. It's going to be 99 Lorenzo though that leads the way from Danny Pedrosa, who's come through from the second row of the grid. There's Rossi trying to find his way back through the field. He's already up the inside of a few riders. Rossi now at the inside of Loris Baz at turn number 2. Lorenzo though leads the way. Rossi siding his way through the field.
Wow, right-handed. There is a Valentino Rossi. Right behind, right in front of him is Yoni Hernandez.
Sainzo leads over the line at the end of the first lap. Valentino Rossi then down in 15th place. He's about to move up the inside of Nicky Hayden, the 2006 world champion. Hayden will run out a little bit wide. Rossi can't find a way through on that powerful Pramac Ducati. Rossi will finally make it stick up the inside of Hayden down into the mid-third corner. This is where the championship was decided between the two of those back in 2006.
Oh, it's pretty hectic there for Valentino Rossi trying to carve his way back through the field. There he is, 46. He lost the championship here 9 years ago. The
really close. Rossi through on number 68, Yoni Hernandez. No way through there as they run down on the brakes. There is no Rossi, brilliantly late on the brakes. He's finally past the South American, now up into 14th place. And he's up the inside of Bautista as well. Super aggressive from Rossi. He's on the charge.
Rossi on the charge up the inside of Alvaro Bautista.
So set the fastest lap at 1:31.416. Rossi in the slipstream of Stefan Bradl's Aprilia. Rossi picks up one more place down into the brakes at the first corner. Valentino Rossi now up into 11th place. He's on the fringe of the top 10. Next in sight is Michele Pirro.
He is a man on a
down in 11th place, but he's over 5 seconds back of the. This is where he picked up Hernandez on the last lap. He's up the inside of another Ducati on this lap. He dispenses with Michele Pirro at turn number 8. This is where Rossi went down in qualifying yesterday. Rossi then inside the top 10 for the first time.
Now Honda's hanging on.
Iannoni's down.
Andre Iannoni has crashed out. And that means that's another place for Valentino Rossi. Iannoni has crashed out of the race. Danilo Petrucci. And as Rossi got past Bradley Smith, listen to the crowd. You know he has.
Yeah, Rossi's been brilliant on the brakes going down into that turn number 8. He picked
Go. Another epic MotoGP battle in front of 110,000 people here in Valencia. Listen to the crowd. Rossi through on Petrucci, who runs it wide. Smith goes through as well.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had to work too hard, did it, for that move on Danilo Petrucci. Petrucci had a good long look over his shoulder. Rossi then through into...
Right with him. This is where he likes it. He's up the inside. Listen to the crowd. Valentino Rossi has passed. They touch. Him and Paul Espargaro touch elbows, but Rossi has made his way through.
Well, he had to be aggressive coming from the back of the grid. That's exactly what he has.
Across the line. Marquez has pulled back another 10.
Marquez is
and what about
turn 12? Brave in the extreme. That would have been. He rides around the outside of it. Turn 13 instead. He absolutely mugs Rossi on the outside. Rossi looks really good.
Turn 5
Rossi. Brilliant move by Rossi on the brakes underneath Andrea Dovizioso, one of the hardest men to pass in this MotoGP field. He's got the grunt of that Ducati coming out of turn 6 and turn number 14. He's a great late breaker as Andrea Dovizioso. Contrasting emotions on the side of number 46. He looks really good. That's Rossi.
And what about this last row, Matt? Rossi crosses the line. Second in the world to anybody else. And that was the ride of a world champion. That also was a ride of a world championship. Brilliant performance by Valentino Rossi. But he has lost rider who's been behind on points has come through to win the world championship. He could have done no more.
But he knows that that 10th World Championship has just eluded him. Spaz down in 19th. Barbara is the top open class rider in 2015.
Listen to the reception for Valentino Rossi.
Oke guys, terima kasih sudah nonton sampai channel. Jangan lupa like, komen, share, and subscribe. Terima kasih. Jangan lupa nonton video selanjutnya. Bye bye.